Welcome to the Ill Blur Matty 365 channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the channel, Brother Blur from the Midwest. Ooh. Welcome back, Legends community. It is Ill Blur Matty 365. The blur from the middle of the map. And today I'm back with a new video. And today's new video is actually on something that I decided to do with my channel. It is Black History Month after all. And today's video is to talk about one of my favorite Disney movies till this day. All right, I can watch it over and over again. A Goofy movie that came out in the 90s, 95 at that. Today's question for my video is something that I want to ask people, because this is something that millennials own this movie and also the Gen Zs say that this movie is for the African American audience. And my question for you guys is the Goofy movie the blackest movie of Disney during that era? That is my question. You can answer it during the video or you can answer it after the video. The choice is yours. So today's video is to actually talk about things that made it seem like this was catered to the African American audience. So the first thing is the most obvious, is the music throughout the Goofy movie, all right? It was R&B, you know what I'm saying? You had hip-hop. You know, it was more hip-hop and R&B based 90s sound style-wise. And this is the direction that we're going for the movie. It felt like an urbanness to it when it comes to the music throughout this A Goofy movie. So that is the first thing. Now, number two is something that is surprising. So we all know that Tevin Campbell voiced the character Powerline. This is the character I'm wearing right now on my actual sweatshirt. And this character, a lot of you probably don't know. And this is something I kind of figured out recently with certain people. I could definitely see this character being this character. Powerline was inspired by musicians, all right, from the 90s. The first one is the most obvious when it comes down to it. When it comes to dance choreography, I automatically thought Michael Jackson. The King of Pop, I could definitely see Powerline having that type of popularity. You know what I'm saying? Even your boy Max was dressing up like Powerline, all right? Number two, the other character that inspired Powerline is no other than Michael Jackson's rival, Prince. I can see that too within the character. I'm like, okay, Disney. Y'all out here making characters with, different other artists and turn it into one character. Now, the next one is the most surprising to me. I would have never in a million years would have expected this character to actually inspire this character. And it's no other than Bobby Brown was also an influence for Powerline. Wow, you learn something new every day. I did not expect that. I was like, Powerline? Really? Really? How, Sway? How? So they were based on the influences for Powerline were black musicians. That's what's up. You learn something new every day, right? So the next thing I want to talk about when it comes to this being catered to the African American audience, when it comes to a Goofy movie, is actually the relationship. All right, we see that the relationship is strained between Goofy and Max, father and son. Goofy's kind of become like, I don't want to say completely mother-like, you know what I'm saying, super overprotective of Max type of thing. But he's a father, but he's trying to fill the void of the mother. That's the best way to describe it. When I watched the Goofy movie like years later, like I said, as an adult, I was like, yeah, Goofy was trying to, be a little bit more mother-like. I mean, I get it. He's still the father. He's still playing the father role to Max. Of course, no denying that. But we see him trying to fill that void for Max, trying to bond with Max, get to understand his feelings and all this other stuff. It's like, yeah, Goofy's, he's trying to be empathetic to his son. And Matt's kind of just being this adolescent, trying to, not find the girl of his dreams, to ask the girl of his dreams out because he really cares about her. And also just him going on that road trip kind of derailed some things that he wanted to do because he wasn't expecting going on a family vacation with his dad. That was not necessarily something he wanted to do. So yeah, the family dynamics, the parent unfortunately is dead, and Goofy's trying to actually be reassuring for his son and actually wanting to bond with his son and do things like they used to do back in the day type of thing. All right. So yes, that's an indicator as well. The other one is the most obvious. This one is pretty much Max's crush for Roxanne. I mean, come on, fellas, ladies too. We all had that crush. and Max being socially awkward. I think that's why I related to Max and the Goofy. Like I was like that in high school. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was like, I can see it. You know what I'm saying? You're not knowing what to say, awkward social moments and that type of thing. It's like, yeah, this is something that happens, and Matt's thinking that him just trying to figure out a way to express his, crush, his feelings for his crush, I should say. The other thing is when it comes to the Goofy movie, it's pretty much Max's obsession. And I guess, maybe I shouldn't say obsession, maybe admiration or maybe just musical hero. How we see Max idolize Powerline, you know what I'm saying? This is one of the celebrities in the Goofy world that he really looks up to, his musical idol. Maybe that's better to say, musical idol. And that is something to, Max even dressed up like him, you know what I'm saying, to impress Roxanne before going on the actual vacation with his father. Yeah, so these are the things that make the Goofy movie black. Now, the most interesting thing, and this is what I just found out, I wish I would have did a little bit more research on it early on, you know what I'm saying, as, me being into film and cinema, even though the Goofy movie had a white majority cast when it comes to it, or I should say a team of white people working on this blackest movie of Disney, it's surprising. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because you would expect like it'd be a lot of like black actors. Like I said, Tevin Campbell, there was one other person that was included in the movie that was black. And then there was some people that were casted, a few that were black. But it was interesting because I was like, wow, like this is definitely something I didn't expect when it came to that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, Goofy movie. But this is my video for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to answer my question that I had at the beginning of the video. Do you think the Goofy movie was the blackest movie of the 90s? You tell me in the comments, guys. It is the hardest related on YouTube, guys. I'm going to run that outro for you. Thanks for watching my channel. Like, comment, and share, and subscribe to the channel. The Ill-Blooded 365.